Welcome, folks, one and all, to a game that I don't think needs much introduction. Folks, let's play Shadowgate Classic, a port of the NES game Shadowgate, which in itself is a port of the Macintosh computer's Mac adventure, Shadowgate. This game is a port of a port, but it's a good port of a port. I think it is indeed. Shadowgate Classic was released in 1999 for the Game Boy Color, and was developed by Infinite Ventures and published by Kemco. Shadowgate is a Mac venture in the sense that it uses the same engine as a small amount of other games, also originally released for Macintosh computers, Deja Vu 1 and 2 and Uninvited. Deja Vu and Uninvited were both also ported to the NES, but I think only Shadowgate Classic was actually ported to the Game Boy Color. I could be wrong on that one, because I only knew, or found out rather, a few years ago that this version of the game existed. The version I own is the NES, and I've owned that version of it for quite a while, playing this game when I was a lot younger than I am now, which would explain why, when I was younger, this game was very, very difficult. It's certainly a point-and-click adventure game of the trial and error variety, in that quite a few of the puzzles will kill you purely because you don't know how they're going to kill you. But that aside, it is a very good, if short, point-and-click adventure game. If you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy to breeze through this game if you're purposely avoiding all the deaths. The game has some excellent music, by the way. Music that has stuck with me to this very day, and sometimes I find myself humming the occasional tune here or there. But we won't be able to find out how good a port this is unless we actually go into the game itself. So, let's see if we can survive Shadowgate. The answer to that is a resounding no. But eventually we may survive. There are 3 files on the Game Boy Color version. It does have a battery backup. You can select a file that you already have data in. You can either continue, exit, or start a new game. We want to start a new game. So now we have 3 blank files. Let's go! The last thing that you remember is standing before the wizard Lakmir as he waved his hands. Now you find yourself staring at an entryway which lies at the edge of a forest. The druid's words ring in your ears. Within the castle Shadowgate lies your quest. Also, it is very unclear in this setting if druids and wizards are the same actual profession with 2 different names, or if I actually have multiclassed from druid into wizard. It's not a really optimal multiclass, let me tell you. The dreaded warlock lord will use his black magic to raise the behemoth from the dark depths. The combination of his evil arts and the great titan's power will surely destroy us all. You are the last of the line of kings, the seed of prophecy that was foretold eons ago. We're not kidding. This prophecy is literally eons old. I mean, this is a really old world. Or, and it may just be true, we could be making all of this up as an excuse to have you go and solve our problems. I mean, one of us could die, and we're wizards, or druids. We're not quite sure which. You are neither of these things, so... Or are you? It's kind of vague. You might be a druid, it's not really stated. But anyway, you're less important than we are. Only you can stop the evil one from darkening our world forever. Or one of us. But we won't tell you that. Fare thee well! Gritting your teeth, you swear that you will destroy the Warlock Lord. If, that is, the Warlock Lord doesn't just watch us die pathetically in Shadowgate. Here is the interface, where we will be using these buttons to perform various commands. Move, look, use, take, hit, open, close, leave, speak, self, and save. The save icon will basically let you save the game. And there's also our goods and belongings, of which we have a torch. The move commands over here let you move to various exits that you've got to or found in the various screens, this being the actual screen of where you are. You can either click the exits here, or you can click them on the screen. Now we can look at ourselves here. Thou art truly a brave knight, which shows us that we can actually use items on ourselves. It's very important to do that. It'll also get us killed at various points if we're not careful. Here is a torch, the only item we have. This torch throws dancing shadows about the room. It's also our time limit. Not that one torch in particular, but torches in general. Basically, if we run out of light completely, at any point, even if there is light in the room, we will die. Pretty much instantly, and in a very silly manner too. The game will warn you if your torch is about to run out, and it's at that point where you want to use your torch to light another torch. As you can see, we have 2 torches, and that's why. The torches will be used at various points apart from providing light, but the game is rather generous in this time limit. There are a lot of torches. You would have to be seriously going wrong to use up all of your torches. So knowing our luck, we'll be almost out of torches by the time the game ends. But we can do other things with the torches, as I just said. Let's use a torch right now. Let's use it on ourselves. You now have terrific second-degree burns on your hands. The game is not going to stop you from doing really, really silly things. Like using a torch on yourself again. You hold the flame close enough to your skin to cause second and third degree burns. The game is warning you at this point, but this is a very silly thing to do. But it's not going to stop you from doing it again. One more time. You finally set your hair on fire. The rest of your body soon follows. This isn't good. In fact, it's so bad that we're dead. It's a sad thing, but your adventures have ended here. Yes, you can die on the first screen of the game by setting yourself on fire with your own torch. It's one of those kind of point-and-click adventure games, where you can die doing very, very silly things. Let's continue, which starts us right at the beginning once again. We are now standing in an entranceway to Castle Shadowgate, and Lakmir will tell us, "Oh, woe! The world is doomed! The warlock lord will summon the behemoth and destroy us all! Unless you, the hero of prophecy that we definitely didn't make up, will save us! Please save us! I mean, we can't be bothered, really. Tea is in 5 minutes, and I'm very thirsty. Off you go! Go adventure! Let's actually go an adventure, shall we? By looking at things. It's the skull of some creature. Its meaning seems quite clear. Death lurks inside. Or it could just be an ornament for the doorway. Who knows? It's a stone wall. It's a heavy wooden door with iron hinges. And here's some grass. You seem to be wasting your time. We could also try talking to ourselves. What odd behaviour for such a brave warrior. Also, let's solve our first puzzle in the game. This door is actually unlocked. Surprisingly, really, considering it's the entrance to Shadowgate, but it's not locked. But this can open. As if by magic, the skull rises, to reveal a key. Not a key for this door. It's a small iron key. We need this key, so let's take it. Key 1 is in hand. Now you have to remember what this key is used for. You can keep looking at it, of course, but there's no hint as to what it's actually used for here. Let's open the door. The door is open. It's the door leading into the castle Shadowgate. This game also sometimes, this version anyway, will provide hints at various points as far as I've gathered if you don't do certain things. It's an addition that I don't think originally was in fact I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the original NES version, and I'll be trying my best to ignore those hints unless I'm really, really stuck. Hopefully that won't happen. I imagine it's going to happen. Also, here is an amazing sound effect and transition effect. And there are some evil eyes of evil. That pitiful wizard Lakmir was a fool to send a buffoon like you to stop me. Why didn't he come himself? Why didn't all of the druids come and defeat me? You will surely regret it, for the only thing here for you is a horrible death. The sound of maniacal laughter echoes in your ears. Ha 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 ha! You know I practiced this spell just for people coming in here. You're going to die so horribly. Also, Your wizard friend Lakmir is a fool for multiclassing into wizard. I went warlock and then got a prestige class which was behemoth summoner. Pretty good for ending the world, wouldn't you say? Let's have a look around, shall we? It's a beautifully woven rug. This wooden door is reinforced with heavy sheets of steel. Pretty solid door. Even though this door is only an inch thick, it is very sturdy. And here are some torches. It's a torch, and also rag is wrapped around it. We need not look at any other torches in the game now, except one. A torch is in hand. And we'll take this one too. The torch is in hand. What we want to do now is open these doors and progress. The door is locked. Oh. And this door is locked. This is the door that we use this key on here. We can't use it on the other door because it won't fit. The key doesn't fit into the keyhole, but it does fit in the other door. The main door. Click. The key worked. It unlocked the door. That it did. It could have done something else, but instead it unlocked the door. The stone walls seem uncomfortably close as you walk down the stairs. Here is a room which will most certainly get you killed if you're not careful. First, let's take this torch. And let's look at this other torch here. This torch is different. There's something out of the ordinary about this torch, but you can't put a finger on it. Indeed, you can put a finger on it. In fact, you can take it. There's also, this oddly coloured stone here. It's a stone wall, but if you look again, this stone seems to be set loosely in the mortar. Indeed it is. But we're going to save now, because there is a book here on this actual, small area, on this stand. Let's, have a look at this book. You seem to be wasting your time. Now, a little further up, it's an ancient tome. It seems that no one has disturbed its pages for centuries. Well, as soon as we take it, we're going to most certainly look at it, because taking it is the right thing to do, right? Right? Wrong. When you remove the book from its pedestal, the floor collapses, and you fall to your death. There is no way to know that this book is going to kill you, except for the fact that it hasn't been disturbed for centuries. We are dead. Again. It's a sad thing that your adventures have ended here. We're going to be seeing a lot of you, because we're going to be dying a lot. Also, the save brings us back to here. The save system in this is not exactly exact. I think it's based on certain milestones. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to take this torch here, and then we are not going, you'll notice that that torch actually has a different inventory slot, we are not going to take the book, we're going to open the book. The book is opened and examined. A rectangular hole has been cut out at the inside of the book. Here is the inventory of the book. There is a key here. Let's have a look at this key. This key bears a skull. This must be a skeleton key. That is a terrible joke, but we will take this key nonetheless. Key 2 is in hand. Also, remember that stone there that's loose? We're going to be coming back to that later. For now, let's go in here and stand in this corridor where huge stone archways line the entire hall. And we're going to open this door here, the small door to the side, with key number 2. We're going to be getting a lot of inventory items as time goes on. Hopefully, some of them won't kill us. Some of these inventory items will literally kill us. The key indeed worked and it opened the door. Also a strange little sound thing there when we opened the door, considering the... maybe it was a particular point in the song, the tune in the background. Let's move into this room, shall we? There we go. The little quirks of these ports. Oh! As you enter, you can see a sword and a sling inside. Let's take these items, but let's look at them first. It's a double-edged broadsword. The handle has Druidic script written upon it. Not sure if we can read it. It's a small leather sling. This would come in handy for long-range battles. Hint, hint. Also, I'm pretty sure a bow or a crossbow would do us better, but we'll take the sword and the sling anyway. And now that we have a sword, we can do something very, very silly. You know what it is. You most certainly do know what it is, and we're going to save. What we're going to do is we're going to take this sword. There we go. Oh, not the key. We can't find a keyhole on the sword. Indeed, that is true. But we have this sword now, and what do we want to use it on? Use sword on self. You thrust the sword into your chest. Blood begins to flow. Suicide won't help in your quest. The warlock lord will surely triumph now. I was about to call him the warlord Lock, which is wrong because he's the warlock lord. But indeed, he surely will triumph now. Now that we are once again dead. Again. Again. It's a sad thing that your adventures have ended here. We're going to be seeing you a lot. Oh yes. So we're back here. We have taken the sword and the sling. Let's move out of here. And let's not use the sword on ourselves. Let's actually go back into this room here. The stone passage winds to an unseen end. Remember that loose stone? Here is a situation where the hit command, when it's not used on yourself, smash, now you see stars. You can use it on the wall. Pow! The stone falls away to reveal a secret passage. Indeed. Let's look at this passage. The wall is opened. Let's go into this passage. As soon as you enter the room, you see an arrow on the front wall. The arrow is actually a very subtle hint. But for now, let's have a look around. There are torches. It's very dark down there. There's also this ledge. A slab of concrete rests upon two stone supports, some 10 feet from the floor. Quite a bit higher than we are then. A finely crafted silver arrow is not uncommon in the Elven lands. Well, let's take it. You'd think it's a trap, you have to be careful about these things. But no, the arrow is not a trap. The arrow is in fact a clue. But for now, let's see if we can move beyond this place and take a leap at that ledge. No. The ledge wasn't strong enough to hold you. You fall onto the ground and land hard on your rump. This is one of those few situations where you don't die from doing something like this. Oh well, we can't progress any further, so let's take these torches. We can't in fact take the torches because they're actually fastened very securely to the walls. That is your hint that there is something different about this room, and in fact, it may not be your first instinct, but using the torches was my first instinct when this happened. Nothing happened here, but the arrow was pointing to the left. You move the torch, and a door is revealed. It's a hidden door. There is a spiral staircase leading down. We're not going to go down just yet. We're going to actually move this way for a bit and actually examine this route. And we're back here. We need to move this way now. The stones in these walls were probably cut by the hands of enslaved mountain dwarfs. There are a number of things we can look at here, mainly doors. It's a finely crafted wooden door. It's a finely... no, it's not. I was about to say it's another finely crafted wooden door, but the game has a different description. It's one we've seen before, because it's a heavy wooden door with iron hinges, but it's different to that one. This door seems to be made of solid oak. That is a different one. All these doors can open. None of these doors will kill you. What's in them, however, may in fact kill you. Let's, go into one of these rooms, shall we? I think I know which one I want to go into. I'm just looking at the door there rather than moving. Let's move, shall we? This one. A shark swims by as if patrolling this calm pool. there is a key held by that skeleton. I don't know how the key is being held by that skeleton, considering that skeleton is indeed very dead. But maybe next time we'll find a way to get it. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And when we come back, maybe we won't die in as many silly ways. Ah, who am I kidding? We're gonna die in so many silly ways. So, I'll catch you then, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.